Hi and welcome to this lesson. So today we're going to learn about woordorde. Now, if you've never heard of this before, chances are high that you've tried to skip it in a test because it is better to do so than to answer this question. However, this lesson is going to show you that not only can you get this mark, but this is probably what's going to either give you a distinction or help you pass because it's something you already know, but you are probably overlooking it because of the way the question is asked. So woordorde basically means word order, all right? Which basically means a sentence. So if you know how a sentence is supposed to be constructed, then you will know how to pass this question. So like I said up there, get your words in order. It's supposed to be wordplay. Hope you got it. So what do you need to know? This is another way for them to actually test Stompy because there's just so many ways that you can test it, but this is one way for them to test that you know that in order to construct a proper sentence, it must follow Stompy. For example, you must know that S is for subject, T is for time, O is for object, M is for manner, P is for place, and I is for infinitive. You must also be able to label the items in the brackets. So every time they ask you this question, they're going to put a few words in brackets and your job will be to unscramble them and put them in the right order. You will be asked to rewrite the sentence. So it's not going to be a multiple choice question ever. So the best way to know how to do this is to know what needs to go where in the right order in a sentence. So as you know, this is Stompy. What is Stompy for? It's supposed to help you construct a sentence. The S is for subject, the T is for time, M is for manner, P is for place. So I put them all in red because these are all adverbs. What is an adverb? An adverb tells you when something was done, how it was done, and where it was done, which is very important for a sentence. The object is the thing being done, and the subject is the person or the thing doing the something that's being done. All right? So in between here and there, you're going to put your first verb here and your second verb over there. So every time you see the word Stompy, just know that in between the subject and the time, there's going to be verb 1, as well as the place and infinitive, there's going to be verb 2. So infinitive is something that is an action that goes on forever. In Afrikaans, there are 3 ways to do infinitive, and I'm going to show you this in a separate lesson specifically for infinitive. Here's our first example. So the question is saying, skryf die hele sin hieronder in die korrekte woordorde. Looks familiar? So if you've skipped this before, you literally lost 1 mark for nothing because you can get this mark. But also, you can only get it if you teach yourself Stompy, like the proper way. There is a separate lesson on Stompy, so maybe start there if you still don't know what I'm talking about. So, this is saying write the whole sentence here in the correct word order. So this sentence must follow Stompy. The subject must be first, then time, object, manner, place, and infinitive. In between S and T, there must be verb 1, and P and I, there must be verb 2. Now, do you agree that before you start, you need to be either aware of Stompy in your mind or write it down somewhere where you can see it? After you've written down Stompy, the next step is to figure out what you have. So, let's read the sentence. Jy moet afhaal daagliks na oefening jou fiksheid horlosie. Jy means you. Moet means must. Afhaal means fetch. But if you didn't know, let's assume you didn't know this. Let's ignore it, okay? Daagliks, daily, na oefening. This is something that should be part of your vocabulary by now. Oefening means practice. You practice at school. So when you go to practice, you're supposed to ask yourself, what is practice in Afrikaans? That is how you build your general vocabulary. Fiksheid horlosie. So if you didn't know fiksheid, at least you must know horlosie because that means watch, something that is also considered to be general. Okay, so but the full word means fitness watch. Okay, so what do you have? You have jy, which is the subject, the person that's doing the thing. Moet it means must, so this is verb 1. All right. Afhaal daagliks na oefening jou fiksheid horlosie. So we need to figure out where in the sentence these things fit. So let's ignore afhaal in case you didn't know what that meant. So let's take it from the easiest to the hardest. Okay. So let's ignore this one and start with this one. Dagelijks means daily. Na oefening, it means after practice. So this tells us around what time we should be doing something. So this is an indication of time because it tells us when something needs to be done. So remember with Stompie, the three adverbs, time, manner, and place, they all have questions. So time is when, manner is how, and place is where. So flexiteirlosie, this is a thing. It can't do anything. So it can't be a verb, therefore it can't be an adverb. So this is going to be our object because it's a thing. Okay, then afval. So if you know that you have verb 1, all right, and it's moet. Moet is not an official or it's not a main verb. Okay, that's something you need to know. Meaning that they must still be verb 2 because moet is a hulpwerkwoord. That means that it's a helping verb. So afval is verb 2. Okay, so now that we figured that out, we have the right sentence order. Jy is the subject, moet is verb 1, dagelijks na oefening is time, jy flexiteirlosie, object, afval is verb 2. Don't forget the full stop. Example 2. Now that you know what to do, pause the video and quickly work out the sentence order. Did you get it right? There's only one trick in this question, and that's the fact that die twee kinders, meaning the two kids, all three of these words are the subject. All right, so this is verb 1. So the three clues that they gave you is flux. Flux is the way something is done. In die parkie, this is where. And elke Saterdag, Saterdag is Saturday. So if you did not know what flux was, that will be the only trick you have, together with the fact that these three words were the subject. So elke Saterdag, that's time, right? In die parkie, that's place. And then flux is manner. So even if you thought, let's say, that flux was object, you would have still have put it in this position because they didn't ask you to label the words to say if they are like time or object or manner. But if you just put flux here, you would have still gotten the answer even if you took a guess because you didn't know what it meant. All right, so effectively this counts 1 mark, but it will still be there. So rather prepare for it so that you know that you can get the mark, or at least attempt it in a way that's favorable to you. This could also be the difference between a pass or fail, or a distinction or no distinction. So rather be ready. Let me know if you found this helpful because there's lots of other places that have 1 mark each where you might be missing your mark, but you already might have the knowledge already. Okay, so if you found this helpful, please go ahead and like this video so that it can be recommended to other people who need it, and also subscribe so that I can keep making these videos for you guys. All right, I hope this was super helpful. If you're in matric, you're gonna find this question in your March tests. You're also gonna find it in the June exam, the September tests, as well as your final exam. Get this mark because it is obtainable. All right, all the best for your exam. I hope this will help you get ready. All right, bye.